Hey everyone, so I'm coming on to let you guys know that I had previously posted a video talking about when I went to the allergist, and the allergist was like, have you ever been to an allergist before? And I was like, no. And a few people who commented was like, I've never been to an allergist either. I guess the whole point of that is that my allergies are pretty bad. So basically he wound up putting me on a nose spray that I have to use twice a day, an allergy pill that I take once at night because allergy pills make you drowsy, which is funny because he said to me, he's like, when you take your allergy, because I was like, I take an allergy pill like every day. And he's like, do you feel drowsy after you take your allergy pill? And I was like, well, I'm sneezing a lot when I think to take it. So yeah, I guess I feel drowsy. So he's like, take it at night because they make you feel drowsy. So I'm like, great. So they've been helping me fall asleep, which is really good. And he also put me on eye drops. Okay, then he referred me to an ENT. I went to the ENT and the guy was like, it was actually really funny. He's like, you have a crooked nose. And before he said this, he's hitting my nose. This is actually great lighting, so you guys could actually see how crooked my nose is in this lighting. He's looking at me and he's doing this to my nose as he's talking to me, and he just keeps hitting my nose like this. And I know I have a crooked nose, and I've been totally gaslighted for this for like my whole life. And actually, I don't know if I posted it here, but I definitely posted it on like either TikTok or my personal Instagram, where I said like I saw a picture of my grandma before her nose job, and we have a very similar nose. Hers looked more crooked than mine, but very similar. And I was like, I'm actually not going to get a nose job. It was in my plastic surgery video when I talked about the plastic surgery I had. Spoiler alert, I've only had one plastic surgery, and it was when I hit my face into a shoe rack when I was little, and I broke bones and tore a muscle and had to get stitches. And my parents were like, this is her face, let's get a plastic surgeon here. And so they flew in a plastic surgeon, and she actually did the stitches in my face. That's the only plastic surgery I ever had. Regardless, as I had said in that video, I totally support plastic surgery. I think it's amazing that we live in a time where if you don't like something about yourself, and if you have the money to change it, you could change it. I think that's great. Okay. So I go to the ENT and he's hitting my nose and he's like, your nose is crooked. And I'm like, yeah, I know. He's like, I really wouldn't have noticed that if I wasn't a nose guy. And I was like, yeah, like I'm a makeup artist. I wouldn't have noticed it if I wasn't a makeup artist, to be honest. Like sometimes it's worse than others, but like that's a bad lighting. Like you can see, I look like I have Fry's nose from Futurama. Like it shape shifts my nose. It's crazy. So anyway, he puts the camera up my nose and he puts the spray up there and he's like, you have like a blockage up here. He's like, before we do anything else, I said, let's see what that is. So now instantly I'm like, cancer. I have cancer in my nose. I'm freaking panicking. I told my husband, he's panicking, my mom and my sister, and I'm like, I don't know what it is. And he had said, he's like, have you ever had a facial injury? And I was like, a softball hit me in my nose once. I didn't even think about this. Didn't even think about it. And I was wearing my glasses. So anyway, I'm like, it's because I did the Brazilian blowout when I was in the salon. Spoiler alert, it's not cancer. But I was like, it's because I did the Brazilian blowout when I was in the salon, and that's linked to cancer because it has formaldehyde in it. I'm panicking, straight up panicking for like weeks. And that particular day, I was going over my friend's house to see her new baby. So I didn't have time to Google it. I didn't have time to WebMD, everything linking back to cancer. But I was panicking, but I had to like put it aside and like just go see my friend's baby, which was probably like a blessing in disguise. Okay, so I wind up getting a CAT scan of my sinuses, and I go in, and my husband comes with me this time, and my husband's like, what about the mass in her nose? And he's like, what mass? And she's like, in this nose. He's like, oh no, that's from the CAT scan. They realized, he's like, that's just swelling because you don't breathe good. So it's basically like a catch-22, right? Where it's like, you don't breathe good, so you have swelling in your nose, and you have swelling in your nose because you don't breathe good. So basically it's like this whole thing. So that's basically what this is up here, is just swelling from not being able to breathe well. He basically said the way I breathe normally is how people breathe when they're sick, which was crazy to me. So when I'm sick, I'm breathing like so much worse than other people, how they breathe normally. So he's like, you're young. I mean, I'm 36, but he's like, you're young, get it done now. It's not like mandatory, but like you should really get it done now before it becomes like a big problem in the future. So I'm like, would it change the look of my nose? And he's like, no, you can go to a plastic surgeon and actually get the shape of your nose fixed, but that won't fix the actual deviated septum. It won't fix anything. Or you can find somebody who does both. He's like, I just do fixing the septum inside. So I'm like, great. I'm petrified to get a botched nose job. Like, one of my biggest fears. I'm petrified for my nose to just change. Like, I know it's crooked, but like I'm used to my nose at this point. I don't know how I'm gonna like look at my face. And I know there's gonna be swelling and stuff, but whatever. So we sit on it for a while. My allergies have been like okay because I've been taking these pills. I think basically he said like you'll still have to like take it because you're still gonna have allergies, but you're gonna be able to breathe better. So anyway, yesterday I was like in a zone and I decided to book the appointment. So I have an appointment to get my septum fixed and I want to take you guys along for the ride. So if you guys are interested in this kind of content, then stay tuned. We got like a month until I actually am going to get my septum fixed. So again, it's not a nose job, which I totally support, and I think that's amazing and really great. It's my nose is probably still going to look crooked, but it helps the inside. So like you see, it's like a foot on this side. Yeah, like you can actually see how crooked my nose is here. You see how like my nose is here and then it like bulbouses out over here. Yeah, you can totally see it. So basically, like, I don't know, because if you do this, then it's like crooked on my face. It's very strange. I don't understand how it works. But basically they're going to straighten out in here, I think. And I'm petrified. But I want to do it because I want to be able to breathe right. I'm very tired a lot of the time. I do have trouble sleeping, which I think is probably linked to my ADHD and not sleep apnea. But like, I don't want it to be that. So anyway, if you guys are interested, you guys can come along for the ride. I'm not going to have any updates until November, but I thought I'd share that with you guys now. Okay. Thanks. Catch you later.